Good morning, Internet, and welcome to the start of what may become a playthrough, depending on how well it goes, of the game The Long Dark. As you may see in the corner here, it is an alpha game. It's early access on Steam, so the story does not currently work. But the sandbox mode, which is just basically survive as long as you can, does work. I'm going to play on Pilgrim, because I am terrible at this game. And I will play as a dude, and I will play on the Coastal Highway. There's currently two maps. One of them is the lake, the other is the highway. And of course that little one sentence is our story. When I was doing my test audio test videos, I noticed that basically, since the game audio is nothing but wind and occasionally birds chirping and maybe a wolf howling, it seems to come across as like white noise static on the mic. There's not really much I can do to fix that, so I'm going to just see if I can't just make it more crisp in the video audio editor. So we have landed, or crash landed as it were, in the Canadian wilderness. This is a lot like what it looks like. And we are tasked with surviving. So, step one, as any good survival expert knows, is to find some shelter. And I don't see anything down there. I do, however, see a little house thing over here. Little work hut over here. If we hit. So this is the unloading yard, as the game helpfully told us. There are 4 aspects that we have to worry about in order to survive. We have to watch our calorie count, our temperature, our food, our thirst, and other injuries. Now, let's see here. We can go around and loot stuff.
This anymore.
Do some tea. As you can see, sometimes the graphics just decide not to load in. Can't fault an early access game.
What have we here?
Newspaper. Soda. Well, unfortunately... heavy wool sweater. Let's grab that. Fortunately, as nice as this little place is, it has a bed, but it does not have a place for a fire. And a fire is very vital to keeping us alive, so we're going to have to keep moving on, find somewhere else. Since it doesn't look like we can get any further down this direction here. Well, maybe we can, I don't know. Yeah, no, okay, since we can't, I'm going to turn around and go down that hill, because I thought I saw a house at the bottom. It's a very slow-paced game, in case you haven't gathered it by now. The movement speed is walking. You can run, but it burns calories way faster, and in the early game, that's something you really don't want to do, because you need every calorie you can get. And so that is a wolf. Since we are on easy, we don't have to worry about him coming and kicking our ass, but in any other difficulty, he would come and absolutely destroy us. You can find guns. And if you've ever played the Evil Within, or the Evil Dark, I think it's the Evil Within, you would know that you know what I'm talking about when I say ammo is stupidly limited. Like, you're going to be carrying around 1, maybe 2 shots at the most, at any real given time. You can get lucky, of course, and find like mass amounts of ammo, but that's like RNGesus sort of stuff, so... There's another little hut down there. I'm also limited to taking the road at the moment, because dropping down, even that small hop there, although right here might not be so bad, you can easily sprain your ankle, and then that's pretty much it. You're hobbling for the rest of the game, because either you sleep it off for several hours, which at that point, oh my gosh, you're in some serious trouble for food, or you just continue to cripple around very, very slowly. And let's see. Oh. Nice. Let's grab that, and I'll put that on in a second, I think. I'll search this. Tea. Grab that. Ooh, a lantern.
That'll come in handy.
So, not a lot in terms of food, which means... Let's see here. So here's our hunger, cold, fatigue, and thirst. I don't remember if I listed those 3, but that's what we need, how long we've survived, and since it's above 0, our cold goes down. I am going to take this quick opportunity to forge... Let's see. You can grab reclaimed wood out of these things, and since I'm going to be leaving here and I won't be coming back, I'm going to spend an hour grabbing some wood. That'll be particularly useful when we actually decide to bunker down, because the more reclaimed wood we have for emergencies in the place we do decide to settle, the better. Also, I should... Can I wear this? And let's see, what else? What was it, D? Down ski jacket. Let's wear that. Put on our cotton socks. I think that's everything. Oh, no, okay, so we'll put on this sweater. You can't stack too much, I guess. Okay, and with that, we are a little bit better off. Just check here that... And that replaces the cotton ones, right? Yes, okay, so the wool ones are a tiny bit better. If we can find the highway, like an actual highway, then we'll be in a lot better condition, because a lot of the houses seem to spawn near the highway. If you're unlucky and you start too far away or something like that, you're pretty much screwed right from the get-go. Which is unfortunate, but it has happened to me before. The first few times I played this game, not a single house spawned in any direction, and so I wandered for, what, 6, 7 hours, 8 hours, and all over the place, couldn't find a single house, which ultimately led to my death as starvation. Managed to keep myself warm with fireplaces scattered throughout the area, but it did very little in terms of... Okay, see, there's a house over there. So, worst case scenario, we are head over there. But anyway, as I was saying, the fireplaces, or the fires, keep you warm. There's no shortage of wood available. But you run out of... You pretty much you're trading calories for warmth on a more direct level when you're foraging for wood. So yeah, exciting gameplay action. I'm looking forward to the story more than anything, I think, just because I think the story will be... I think the story will have a little bit more purpose and direction. I'm not offended by the idea of nothing but sandbox forever, but having an end game would be nice, because with any survival game that resources are scarce, eventually you have to start foraging further and further away from your home base, until eventually it just becomes makes more sense to just straight up leave your home base and settle in a new area. But I kind of want like an end game, which the game does not currently have right now. You know, once you get nice and set up and everything, there should be some sort of way to pretty much contact civilization, contact help. And see, the wolf is running from me. He would not do that in normal circumstances. And this door is barricaded. Damn it. Oh, shoot. Okay, well, let's hop into this little hut here. Got a lamp, we'll grab that.
I could use this.
Some just basic cloth. We'll grab that, because we'll be able to repair our other jacket with it. Military issued rations. That'll be useful. Let's see. Coffee.
Don't use this anymore.
Newspaper. More gasoline. Ooh, creepy. Ooh, creepy. So this is not going to be our house because we don't need a creepy dead dude in it. And let's see. Said there was a house over there, and it looks like there's a house over there. Those look like almost ice fishing huts. Oh yeah, there's a couple of them scattered about. Okay, well it's getting late, so I believe I'll stop at that ice fishing hut. And then hit that house over in the distance, and that'll be good. I also have no idea, because I generally avoid walking on the lake, if it can crack underneath you and you fall in and freeze to death, sort of thing. Be a nice touch. Assuming you could somehow foresee what was going to happen and like avoid the weak areas, or if you were just outright stupid and just were like, "Yeah, let's go anyway." Does this thing have an opening? It does. Oh, but it's...
What have we here?
Oh, matches. 20 of them, too. Oh, so okay, so you can start a fire in there, but since it's exposed to the elements with that open door, it won't be very warm. I'm gonna stick with their original plan of getting into a house. As to be expected out in the great far white north, once the sun sets, there is no light at all. Of course, I have a lamp and some gas, so if need be, I could strike that up and produce some artificial light, but it's very limited in range. And honestly, it's a bit of a waste of resources. You never really want to be outside at night, because obviously it's colder, and my navigation skills in video games without maps can be sometimes lacking. So wandering in a direction that you think is the right direction, then not having to be the right direction, that's pretty much enough to kill you. Of course, you can always do like Hansel and Gretel, and since fires, even though they're burnt out, will leave the tinder, or rather like the ashes and the burnt logs, you can lay yourself a trail of items that you can follow back, which is really nice. Not the most effective way of doing things, but if you really have to wander far and wide to start getting resources, then, and you're particularly fond of your location, it's not a bad idea to do so. Let's see. I'm getting hungry and cold, so alright, Mr. House. The Misanthrope's Homestead. Ooh. Now, it's a very close animal. Knock, knock. Let us in. Let's just quickly look around and see. Is there a fireplace? That's a shame, no fireplace. Oh well, I think for right now, we will call it right here. And depending on how the video goes over, I might come back to this, or this might just become a one-shot. Either way, later.